Hello YouTubers, RogueMonkeyJr here, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about the sniper sweet spot. So if you guys don't know what that is, well basically in Battlefield 1 they kind of changed the sniper mechanics a little bit. They now added the sweet spots into the bolt action rifles. So basically what the sweet spot is, it is a set amount of distance in which the sniper rifle in question does 100 damage to the enemy even if you hit him in the torso. So basically it's different for pretty much every sniper rifle, and by every sniper rifle I am talking of course about the different sniper rifles specifically, and not the different variants for each of the sniper rifles. So in total there are 11 weapons in the scout class that can one-shot body shot an enemy depending on what the sweet spot is for the specific weapon that you are using. So this brings an extra level of knowledge of how the sweet spots work, because you're going to want to use the best gun possible for your specific playstyle. If you're an aggressive scout class, you might want to pick a weapon in which the sweet spot starts lower. If you're more of a long-range sniper, you might want to pick something that has the sweet spot start a lot higher in the distance, right? So I'm gonna go through all of the weapons that actually one-shot body shot enemies, and I'm gonna talk to you guys what the sweet spot is. I'm also gonna put the Synthic stat chart up in the top left corner. Big thanks to Synthic for actually making all the stats sheets for the weapons available for us to use. I will leave a link in the description down below if you guys want to check out synthic.com. The stats are great. It really helps you understand what kind of weapon you're using and which one you should use to your advantage depending on your playstyle. So basically the first weapon that I want to talk about is the Martini Henry, which is the level 10 scout unlock. So the Martini Henry, despite its very slow reload time, and it only has one bullet in the gun, but hands down for my playstyle it has the best sweet spot in the game. Basically you can one-shot body shot at an enemy from 30 to 80 meters, so that's a 50-meter range that you can use to actually one-shot body shot an enemy. And if you're closer than that, it actually does 90 damage to the chest, so you can just swap out quickly to your pistol to finish off the enemy. Of course, you kind of have to be accurate because you only have one bullet to deal with here, and if not, you're gonna have to reload. But for people who PTFO and you're in the enemy's face, I would strongly suggest this weapon. Plus, the sound is amazing on this gun. I find it is like the most fun weapon to use in Battlefield 1. So the next sniper that has a sweet spot a little bit higher than the Martini Henry is the SMLE Mark III. The Marksman, the Carbine, and the Infantry variants, they all have the same sweet spot, which is 40 meters to 75 meters. So that's a pretty tight sweet spot to deal with. You don't have much leeway in terms of how far you can be from the enemy to actually one-shot body shot. Now the redeeming part of the SMLE is that it has a pretty high fire rate at 52 rounds per minute, and it has 10 rounds in the clip basically. So you can of course spam fire a little bit more with this weapon, if I can say so myself, but the sweet spot is very tricky to deal with because you don't have much distance in which you can actually one-shot body shot the enemy. So you really got to deal with that. And the best way to actually know how far your enemy is of course like gauging yourself with flags to see what distance you're at. But after a certain amount of time playing the game, you'll eventually end up knowing about what distance the enemy is, and if you need to get a headshot or if you can just get a body shot and you will kill him anyways. The next weapon that comes after the SMLE for the sweet spot is the Russian 1895. Now I'm talking about the sniper variant and the infantry variant. Obviously, the trench does not do 100 damage body shot, no matter what the distance is. So the sweet spot for this weapon is 60 to 100 meters, so it's more of a medium range sniper. And it also shoots at a pretty decent fire rate of 56 rounds per minute, but it only has 5 rounds in the clip. So you can't be as guns ablazing as you would be with the SMLE basically. And on top of it, the rechambering animation is pretty cool on this one. It's the same one that the cavalry has. He has an 1895 trench, basically, but it's a really fun gun to play with, albeit it not be my favorite. it's a pretty decent. And but the one thing that I don't like about the Russian 1895 is that it can only have a 5x optic on there. With the sniper variant, if you want a scope, it's 5x or basically no scope at all. And 5x and above gives you a scope glint, as opposed to the 4x scope and under, it does not give you a scope glint. So that is something you have to think about when actually playing with this weapon. If you want, like, do you want a really high magnified optic and have that sweet spot, or do you want to play with the iron sights? So you got to think about that, because I personally don't play with anything that has a bigger magnification than 4x, because I do not want to give up my scope glint, and most of the time I play a little bit closer to the objective, so having something higher than 4x is pretty useless. So the next sniper rifle is the Gvir 98. All the variants have a sweet spot of 80 meters all the way to 125 meters. Personally, this is the one I use if I want to play a little bit further off of the objective. I like the sweet spot. I like its bullet velocity. It has the highest bullet velocity in the game for a scout rifle. It's 880 meters per second, which is quite fast. So you're going to be able to shoot enemies that are moving a lot easier and don't have to lead as much. So this is hands down my favorite one. I use the marksman variant with a 4x optic, and that's my medium long range go-to sniper. So the final sniper rifle is the M1903. Which is also known as the Springfield 1903. So this is the sniper that has the highest sweet spot possible in the game. It is ranging from 100 meters to 150 meters, in which you will do 100 damage to the body. So this is really more for a long range sniper if you like to really stay back from the objectives and support your team by killing enemies that way. Then this is a sniper you're going to want to use. I personally, it's not my favorite sniper, because I don't play that far off from the objective. But if you want to impress people by getting kills from across the map, this is the sniper you're going to want to use, because it has the best sweet spot for that specific play type. So after having said all of this, basically in Battlefield 1, there is no ultimate sniper rifle. It's really depending on what type of playstyle you have with the scout class that is going to determine which sniper rifle is better for you, as opposed to Battlefield 4, which some sniper rifles were just substantially better than others. In Battlefield 4, it all depends on your playstyle. So it's really important for the players to know what the sweet spot is, because it's going to be really important to actually play the scout class to the best of your capacity and actually have fun doing it. I really like sniping more than I did in Battlefield 4. I hardly ever sniped in Battlefield 4, but in Battlefield 1 I'm surprisingly warming up to sniping. I'm actually getting quite good, if I can say so myself, but of course my favorite gun to use is the Martini Henry, just because it's so satisfying to get a kill with that thing. But yeah, it goes Martini Henry, SMLE, and then I will get the Gvir 98. The other ones I don't really use all that much, because I find that I don't get those sweet spots as much as I would like. So those are the 3 sniper rifles I use in Battlefield 1. I hope this guide helped you guys figure out a little bit which sniper rifle you should be using. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I love making guides to help you guys understand what the mechanics in Battlefield 1 are and everything. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.